Hi, once again, this is Benjamin Finley talking about the 2010 Oklahoma All-State Audition material for OMEA. We're going to talk about the two keyboard, two mallet etudes for this video segment here. The first one is going to be the primary etude, so those of you that are auditioning for Percussion 2, which is keyboard, you'll be playing this etude for your primary etude. So this comes out of the Macmillan book. It's called Masterpieces for Marimba. It's got the purple cover. It's a really good book filled with pieces that weren't originally written for a keyboard instrument. They were written for flute or violin or other instruments like that. But some really great composers are in this book. Clementi, Telemann, Mozart, Haydn, Bach. So it's a great book to kind of work through, and even if you're working on sight reading, it's really good for that. But kind of gives you a little bit of exposure to some of the great composers. And it's very well done. The stickings that are written in are very helpful, and everything is very clear. So the etude for the primary keyboard players is page 8. This is the Theme and Variations by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Very beautiful piece with a lot of the lyric kind of melodies that Mozart was known for. He was really known for his melodies, almost more than anything else. And this piece is no exception for sure. A couple of things that I'll talk about that you may want to take a look at. We do have some ornaments, some of these little ornamentation things right off the bat. 3 grace notes right before the C sharp here. And again, just like you would do that on a snare drum or on a timpani, you're going to single stroke that. You're not going to do something like some kind of a bounce or anything like that. You're going to single stroke those for sure, and you're aiming toward the first primary note. So 3 grace notes followed by the C sharp. So we're going to aim for that C sharp. So we don't want the grace notes to be too loud, and just kind of keep all that in perspective. So every time you see those, make sure you're kind of aiming for the note that they lead to. And when I play this, I won't play all the repeats. I'll play a couple of the repeats, but I won't play all of the repeats, so it's not too long. And then moving on, we have a lot of dynamic things that are happening. We want to keep that in check for sure. The rolls, Macmillan says to roll everything an 1/8 note or longer, and I think that's perfectly fine. The way I'm going to play it, I'll play some of the notes without rolls, just because I feel like, for me, musically it makes a little more sense, but playing all the 1/8 notes in rolls is just fine too. It may be a little bit more challenging in some spots. It may be a little bit awkward, but you can certainly do that. And then as you look, you have a theme, which is the first 6 lines or so, 5 lines, and then you have variation 1 and variation 2. As you get into variation 1 on the second page, you have a little spot where you can kind of have a little more freedom, a little more fun with it. The second line on page 9, where it actually says ad lib. I wouldn't recommend that you change any of the notes. Don't do anything like that, but you can have a little bit more freedom with the rhythm, with the tempo. It doesn't have to be very, very strict. So I'll play that with a little bit of rubato, which of course means just having some ebb and flow with the tempo. And then a really signature kind of Mozart moment happens there at the end of that variation, which is really fun. So here it is. I'll play through the Theme and Variations by Wolfgang Mozart. This is page 8 out of the Macmillan Masterpieces for Marimba.